Hi everybody, it's Rick Barton coming to you from Nigrin Wetlands in Roscoe, Illinois. Or as some of you know me from last year as Grandpa Rick, a couple of you know me as that all the time. So what I'm here today to do is show you how to go out into a wetlands area, into a creek, into a pond near your house. Go and look for some squiggly little critters, as we're calling them, or macroinvertebrates with it. I happen to be a past board member of the Natural Land Institute, and I'm on the education committee, so I just enjoy getting everybody to learn about this and why we have this great facility here. Little background, a wetlands, if you don't know what they do, some people think it's just a swamp. No way is it that. There's no alligators behind me. But a wetlands collects rain, it collects water. We're at the intersection of the Rock River and the Pecatonica River here and Raccoon Creek. And this collects all the water that might be raining, which is needed right now as we're filming this video. And it settles, it'll filter that water, lets it soak down into a large aquifer below us, kind of a large lake. And some of you watching this are actually drinking that water as it's filtered in your wells that are coming up in Rockford, or the Rockford City Wells, or Roscoe, or McChesney Park, Loves Park, in that area there. So wetlands helps filter water. It's creating a really cool home for a lot of birds and a lot of animals, especially my little friends here that are in the pond behind me. It's the second thing it does, and it helps mitigate floods. So when it does rain and everything moves really quickly, there's not as much flooding downriver from us. So those of you that live on the Rock River below here, yeah, you might not get quite as much water up by your house with it. So what I'm going to do is show you how to go and get some of these squiggly little critters with it. We're going to, the supplies that I'm using are available at dollar stores. Mom and Dad, Grandma and Grandpa, if you're watching this, which you should be. Kids, you got to have permission to go in this water. You're going to need some help from some adults so that you don't have a problem with it. The main thing you need is a net. I have a really cool little miniature D-net which you can buy online, but you can also get a dollar net at the dollar store that makes it really easy to go out and do this stuff. You can use a butterfly net, any net like this. I brought a sand bucket from home, which I use, and in a couple minutes we'll show you a couple of old dinner plates and a little white wash tub that I use when I do this too. So what you want to do is get close enough to the water. If everybody says it's okay, you can wade out into a water. And if you're wading into a creek or something, or if you're wading into a wetlands like we have here, you kind of squiggle your feet around and kick things up so that some of those bugs will come up with it. I'm going to go in and just do a little dipping right here and bring out a whole net full, get rid of the stuff, and see what I've got in here. Oh, there's some really cool stuff that we'll put into one of the other buckets when we get there. You can put it into the bucket that you've got some of the water in from, and you're going to be able to see that as you start to look for some more. I'm going to do another quick dip if everybody's okay with that. So, yeah, we don't have quite as much this time around. So that's the essence of what you want to do to find the critters. Once you've gotten them, these nice squiggly little things, you can look into your water and pull them out. And we're going to show you here in a minute what we've caught and some really cool critters out here, okay? We've got our bucket of critters that we just pulled out of the water here. And you can see this, nice little bucket. Down below me right here is a nice white water tub that we're going to use. We're going to use a white plate to take a look at some of these. So I'm going to dump the water that we got from the wetlands out here into my white tub, and we're going to see what we've got. Now, if you don't know what you're looking at, on the Natural Land website, we actually have a guide that you can keep numbers and see how clean your water is on there. So we're going to go down here and take a look at what we've got here. Actually, I'm going to bring them up just a little closer so you can see them on the camera with it. We happen to have, this is pretty cool, we've got a crawfish. We got a pair of crawfishes in here. I think I'm gonna name them Bonnie and Clyde. That sounds good. You guys can name them whatever you want. Crawfish is a good sign that you've actually got very clean water, and as long as the frogs don't go and get them, they're pretty good in here. Also in this container, I've got a water strider. I've got a couple of baby crawfish. We've got some orb snails. We have a giant boatman in here and a scavenger water beetle. They were just kissing each other. I'm not sure how that happens. We do have a minnow. That came from somewhere. We have a scud, which is a freshwater shrimp. We've got some back swimmers. We've come up with some really cool stuff that's in the water here. So hopefully as you go out and do this, you're gonna find the same luck that we had with it. And by all means, if you catch some crayfish, you can go back and name those things. You know, don't keep them as pets though. You can kind of play with them for a while. I'm gonna actually grab one here out of the tank. So what we've done here is actually caught ourselves one of those crawfish. And he's looking at you right now. These little ones, those pinchers aren't gonna get you too bad. You can put it on your ear and they'll grab you maybe. Don't try it. Oh, he just got me. Okay, it's okay with it. So yeah, they're fun to squeeze and to feel with it. Some of these bugs, you can go ahead and grab them and put them on a plate if you want to take a closer look at it. We're gonna bring this one up here for the camera. Look at that one jump around. That's a scavenger water beetle. That one's pretty easy to figure out what you have there with it. We have a little back swimmer, which is a really little bug, which I'm not sure you're going to be able to see on there, but they swim on their backs and they go all over the water with it. But hopefully as you do this, you will find all kinds of these cool little bugs, and you can put them on the plate. You can take a magnifying glass if you have at home and look at them really closely. So go out, get into the creek, get into the wetlands, have fun. If it's a really hot summer's day, you might want to be in that cold creek. So this is Grandpa Rick leaving you now. Bye.